Hello everybody, I'm Spark249. Welcome to this Let's Play of Alex Kidd in Miracle World for the SEGA Master System. This was one of my favourite games when I was growing up, and yeah, I basically want to show you how to beat it, seeing as it's actually a little bit difficult. You play as this little guy Alex Kidd, but let's just jump straight into it. Here's the map screen with Alex munching on a little rice ball down there. Now, there's actually only 3 buttons on the controller of the SEGA Master System, apart from the D-pad. You've got Start to pause and open up this map screen. I'll explain why that arrow is moving around later. But yeah, you actually already have one item. It's the one which I can't quite reach over there. The one which looks like a round sparkly thing. That's a sunstone. There's lives in the bottom left, there's a score at the bottom, and there's my money over on the left hand side. So we're starting up on top of this mountain where Alex is learning a martial art called Shellcore, which lets him do that. A gigantic fist, which can break pretty much anything. Boxes, faces, whatever you really want. The other buttons jump, and it's one of those games where the longer you hold it, the higher he goes. Let's get straight into it. You break these star blocks, they have money in. 2 different sizes, a small bag and a big bag. Little hint, the game can only keep 3 of those bags on screen, 2 of those bags on screen at once. So if you break 2, collect them before breaking a 3rd. This little mystery box contains an item, or possibly a phantom. However, they're always in a set pattern, so I know full well this first one will in fact contain an item called the Power Bracelet. Pick it up because it will disappear after a few seconds. I'm not actually going to use that for quite some time, but if you activate it by the... Oops. This is a monster bird, by the way, it's a basic enemy, so just give him a quick punch on the face to kill him. Quick punch on the nose. If you open up the map screen, you can select the item. If it's flashing, the arrow's flashing, you can push the punch button to activate that item. It'll last till Alex dies or completes the level, and it lets him shoot a projectile out of his fist which can shatter blocks and enemies. So this little structure, I'm probably going to muck up, but you basically need to have good timing and fall down there and punch at the same time. And if you do it right, that happens. If you do it wrong, you die! So, yay. Let's quick kill this guy. Now, like I said, these all have set patterns, but the set patterns can change depending on which of them you break. If I hadn't broken that first one, this one would contain a power bracelet. But considering I did, it contains a spectre. He can't harm me until he starts moving, but he chases after you very quickly. But if you get him off screen, he'll despawn. And there's a very good reason I did free him there, and I'll explain why in a minute. But let's collect some more money and keep falling. As you can see, this isn't like most old platformers, where you'd move from left to right, you instead move up and down. I'm actually going to wait for him to come back, because if you time your jump right, you can get over to that far right area where he just is now. And there is a couple of money boxes there. Money isn't completely necessary in this game, but it does help quite a bit, and it also lets you do a couple of fun sections. Let's collect some more cash. Punch this bird on one of those. Punch those 2 out so we can get up here. By the way, if you'll notice, if Alex just jumps like that, he does jump ever so slightly higher if you're moving, basically. So there's a couple of tricky boxes here to hit and get the cash out of. But this is my preferred route of getting around a level, if you will. Although I do occasionally muck it up. To get these ones, it just takes a bit of an awkward jump. Okay, so let's go down here. Now, as you see, there's 4 different places we can fall down. Now, it looks like the best option is the one on the right, but in fact, this one's the best option. Because if you run and then hit down at just the right time, you can slide. Hold right, and you'll be able to get under here, and then you can grab all the money from this level. There we go. So fall down a bit. Won't be able to get that money on the right, but sorry, on the left, but there is some here. Here's fish. Don't go for that one on the left. It's not worth it. It's very, very difficult to kill that fish over there without dying. You hold down, by the way. Alex naturally wants to bob upwards, but if you hold down, he'll swim down. There's no easy way to hold him steadily in place. You also notice, this level, unlike old traditional platformers, instead of just being a straight up left to right run and jump, it began as a descending level, and now we're suddenly going sideways in a water level. It seems they really wanted to push the boundaries of this game. This guy takes quite a few kills quite a few punches to kill. And if he gets to the bottom of the screen, he'll start shooting bubbles in like a shotgun pattern everywhere. By the way, this little skull box, according to the instruction book, gives Alex the jitters. It'll freeze you in place. So yeah, this big fish over here, just one punch would sort him out. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so here's another mystery box. Now the funny thing is about this mystery box, if we hadn't broken the second one and released that Spectre, this one would contain a Spectre instead. But because we did, it contains an extra life. So that's the reason you want to do that. And this block up here contains a rice ball. So this rice ball is basically the end of the level. So punch this block to release it and grab the rice ball, and you see Alex on the map screen eating it while we move on to the next level, which is on the little planes. Oh, a shop, what's this, you may ask? Well, this is where you use all the money, basically. So assuming you collected enough and you've got it in the bottom left there, you please buy the items that you like. So this is the power bracelet. You can only actually carry one of any item, so don't waste your money if you picked one up in the first level. This is called teleport powder, and we're going to grab it just for the sake of it. It gives Alex temporary invincibility. And this third item is the Sugoroku motorcycle. Now there's 3 vehicles that Alex is actually able to use. This is the first one, and it's not entirely necessary for the level, but we're going to grab it anyway just because it's awesome. All you do is you move and jump, and Alex can crush any enemies in his path. Just be careful of these red blocks. They will destroy the Sugoroku motorcycle, and you'll need to walk the rest of the way. It is more than possible to not waste your money on the motorcycle and just run across this level, but this way's so much faster and so much funner, and it's not actually that difficult. However, the game developers put a roadblock of sorts in here. Less metaphysical, metaphorical, more physical giant red roadblock. So you walk along here, and Alex takes control away from you. And here's the first boss battle. Okay, so if you've read that, he is called Stonehead, the third henchman of King Janken. He'll let you pass by here if you can win 3 Janken matches, and Janken is rock, paper, scissors. So, the way this will work is, as he's about to explain, you use up and down to choose either paper, scissors, or stone before the music stops. When the music stops, you'll reveal your hand, he'll reveal his hand, and it's basically best of 3, sorry. And the thing is, they're actually always set, your opponent's choices, unless you make a mistake. If you muck one up and lose, then it will become entirely random. But to beat Stonehead here, the first one you throw is rock, the second one is scissors. And that is your automatic victory against him. This is, yeah, it's complete blinds, this particular fight in your first playthrough. The other ones you can get a slight helping hand in. So darn it, I lose. So once you kill him, he inexplicably just explodes and becomes a rice ball, which you then happily eat. And on your way. So yeah, that's how you win a Janken match. This level starts underwater. Break these boxes and you get 3 extra life. Now this level we're not actually going to stay that long in. And I'm actually going to make use of the teleport powder here. I don't usually, but I figured I might as well. But see, this octopus, a lot of people would just be like, oh, what's this octopus here for? His long flaying tentacle is an injury. But look, this took me forever to actually learn about. You can slowly... Hey, I'm not even going to bother using teleport powder, I'm just going to do this the cool way. You can very slowly destroy his tentacle. And what's the point of this, you may ask? This is the location of the game's only secret level. So you completely destroy him, and now, like, as if you're playing Mario, you just hit down against this. You're in this weird underwater maze, just punch the fish and turn right. Go down, hug the bottom of the area, and punch out this fish. Just wait for the big ones to go past, and swim up to here, and you'll find yourself in an area absolutely laden with these. So, now, seeing as the screen has actually got a lock on the left-hand side, you want to be careful about how far forwards you go. And remember about this, you can't punch all 3 of these, the third one will disappear. So, just do what I just did, basically. Is the quick and simple of it. Seeing as I can quite easily trap myself unable to pick up all of these. So let's pick up all this money. Yeah, the underwater level's a tad boring anyway, so... This is funner. Now be careful, in that grass there, that red thing is a scorpion. It's a little bit... You have to punch a little bit further than its tail indicates. And this is one of the times where you need a moving jump to get up here. So pick up all these. I'm actually going to go back for a second. I'm going to wait for that scorpion to go because there's no point in risking my life at this point. There's a hidden block somewhere around here and I can't remember exactly where it is. A hidden invisible tile. And when you punch it, something special happens. There it goes! Look, I've just turned everything into a star block. Now there's a few of those hidden around the game, and this jumps... There we are. There's a few of those hidden around the game. That's going to disappear before I can get to it, I just know it. Yep. If I can get back up here, I'll just make a jump. Ah. God. I'm not having a good day at this. Come on! Alex, up! There we are. So jump up here, jump up here. Now, the way you want to get to this extra life with the Scorpion is to go a bit further to the right, drop down and punch that corner block. Like so. Now you can easily punch out these two blocks, kill Mr. Scorpion, grab this, and... Fine, I'll punch the block, you don't want me to do some sliding. Go up here, and with a bit of ingenuity and fist, you'll be able to pick up all of the money around here. So we didn't get every single possible piece of money, but I mean look, we've definitely got enough. We got 1,010. So jump up and grab the rice ball. That's it, you just basically skipped level 2 and went to the secret level instead. Now on this level, you can get this money by doing that. However, it's not really worth it in my opinion. You've got enough money to last you for a while, so just stay along the top because it's so much easier than going along the bottom. Punch out the blocks in the order I did, and you'll not only be able to grab this cash, but you'll be able to get out the quick way, rather than having to punch out all these blue blocks and jump out that way. Just make sure you kill the Scorpion. Now, if you jump down here, you'll find this old wise man, who has got loads to talk to you about. Welcome, Alex. You are a prince from the country of Redaction, who was kidnapped by evil men when you were but a small boy. Your native land is now being grossly misgoverned by the tyrant, Janken the Great. Your mission is to save the populace from him. What's this? This little tiny toy looking thing. Let's grab it and go to the next level. That little tiny toy looking thing is probably one of the most awesome parts of the game, the pedicopter. You keep hitting the jump button to go higher and it's got a gun. This is actually 2 interjoined levels. There's one here which we're in, which is like the easy, fun way, where you have loads of money and everything's rather easy. However, if you get hit by an enemy, or if you touch the rotor of the pedicopter to any of the red blocks, Alex will actually crash and fall down. I'm not going to show that off until closer to the end, because this level's so much easier and is much more full of money. But yes, there's actually 2 rice balls in this level, one above, one below, and there's a lot less money and a lot less fun in the water version of this level. So just try not to go for, don't go for these risky ones. There's no point. There's far enough money here, unless you're going for a high score, in which case go for it. But it's just not worth it, having to waste the time going through the water level. Also, be careful, those fish aren't just there for show. They can knock you down, so don't fly too low. This is the second of the 3 vehicles, by the way. There's still one more, and the third one, unfortunately, only makes an appearance in 1 level later. Okay, here's the rice ball. So I'm going to grab this cash and then crash the pedicopter. So you can see what it looks like. And there's another rice ball directly below us, so... Oh no! So now you've got a much harder version of the level, although we're right at the end of it. You can see, there's 3 enemies right where I landed. Let's grab the rice ball and get out of there. This next level is like a little village. And a shop! Oh, by the way, you can only ever enter a shop once, so do so. Here, we've got 3 things to choose from. This is called Magic Capsule A. I'll show you what that does against a boss later. This is an extra life. Now, there's actually an undocumented continue feature in the game. It doesn't actually tell you about this anywhere, but if you have 400 or more cash when you game over, and on the game over screen you hold up and push the jump button, no, the punch, button 2. Push button 2 8 times quickly, you'll get to continue with 3 lives. So 3 lives for 400, 1 life for 5. I don't even care, I just want this extra life. I don't plan on gaming over. And this is the pedicopter from the previous level, which you can now use in this level. So this is another choice. It's like, do I want to go through the level normally, without a vehicle, or do I want to go through normally? Oh, go through with the pedicopter. I actually have no idea what those enemies are. If they're like bouncing balls, or if they're just fish or something. I have no idea. As you can see. So you pay 200 for the pedicopter. So let's see, right now we have 930. So we had, let's say we had 1130. All this, which we can reach with the pedicopter, we're now at 1110. So you can see, it's definitely worth grabbing the pedicopter. It's like no doubt about it. I'm going to show you something rather interesting here. See a scorpion that's walking up and down on these blocks? Well, with a bit of careful shooting, you can not kill the scorpion. Oh look, he's trapped, and it looks like sort of like a crab. Oh, and now he's floating. Anywhere you find like a scorpion hovering on breakable blocks, you can pull that off. It's obviously a lot easier in the Petticopter. Also, another thing, jitterboxes or skull boxes, they don't affect Alex while he's in a vehicle. So break them to your heart's content. Same rules as the last level applied. Don't get hit, don't crash the Petticopter, or else you'll have to go through the level on foot. These blocks are indestructible, by the way, in this level. See, the design of the blocks, the indestructible and the destructible blocks, seems to change from between different level sets. Like in caves it's different, in the sea it's different. That is a flame. That is the game's only indestructible enemy. Don't touch it. It's not worth it. You can't kill it at all, so shoot this to grab an extra life and get out of there. They are always either not moving or in a set pattern, so... And as you can probably tell from the right hand side of this area, you are intended to crash the Petticopter here. So let's just do that and crash the Petticopter. Meet a mini-boss. It's a bull. A lot of people like to use Magic Capsule A to defeat him, but it just takes a decent bit of timing and you can punch him on the nose enough times. He gets faster every time, but it's really not that hard to get the timing right. Just keep socking him on the nose until, boom, he's dead. There's a rice ball. Here's an elder with not quite as much to tell you. Prince Alex of Redaction, you are looking very well indeed. We hear that your elder brother is imprisoned in the Redaction Castle, and you are the only person who can come to his rescue. Okay, we're off to the Redaction Castle. Now we're in a cave. I believe this place is actually called Mount Cave. And also makes me feel like I'm slightly inside a Pokemon game. After all, that completely isn't a Geodude. And a Zubat. Now this level also hosts a item which isn't quite unique because there's two of them, but it is something you definitely want to pick up. Thought I was going to die then. Another power bracelet, even though you can only actually hold the one. A jitterbox. There it is, down there. That weird blue ball. Now, I'm going to pick it up, I'm not going to tell you what it does. Also, notice that by punching that block box, we opened up that slight tile there, which makes it possible by holding right to actually get down here. But how do we get out, you may ask? Walk to the right, and this happens. So that item is never actually used up, but it is extremely useful, even though I'm actually going to use it for something which I doubt was intended in a minute. Be careful of that jitterbox, by the way. There's a good chance that when you do punch it, this bat will end up killing you, if you're not paying much attention. So this is where I'm going to use it. So I'm going to use the power bracelet, simply to cut through all this. As you can see, the power bracelet allows Alex to shoot this little projectile. Oh dear, a flame! The money disappeared because I wasn't quick enough. Okay, now I'm going to use the telepathy ball. I just revealed what it was called. Go me! Anyway, that turns off the power bracelet. I don't know if that's intended, but I don't want to break this box because it contains a Spectre. This star block, by the way, punch it, no, what do you do with it? You stand on it, and it opens up this passage. I believe this also contains a Spectre. There's quite a lot of Spectres in the level, and that pink skull block, don't touch. If you stand on it, it releases a Spectre. Each time you stand on it. There's one in the very first level as well, so just be careful. Right, I'm actually pretty good on money. This one contains a Spectre. I'm going to let that bat go because for some reason I always have a lot of trouble managing to hit him and not die. And over here is where you'll find out exactly what the telepathy ball does. Here's the second henchman of the king, Scissors Head, who looks a lot like a rabbit. So once again it's the exact same thing. Oh, now we can see his selection bubble. Now this is what the telepathy ball does. It allows you to see the minds of your opponents in Janken. However, they usually end up changing their minds at the last moment to throw you off if you're trying to match them. But the trick is, he's also on a set pattern. So in this fight, the first move you want to throw is Scissors. See, look, he looks like he's going to beat me. Then he changed. Literally during the last few seconds. The second one you want to throw is Paper. See, he's waiting on Scissors, so you'll be on Rock, and then he'll change to Rock at the last second. So there we go, we kill Scissors Head, he turns into a rice ball, yada yada, we're out of Mount Cave. Now we're in the forest level. Now this is where you can do something either really awesome or really terrible. We already have a magic weapon A, magic capsule A, so we're not going to buy another one. This is the cane of flight. I'm going to use it maybe once later. This is the Sugoroku motorcycle. This level is very, very difficult to get through on the motorbike. I'm going to do it anyway. Maybe. As you can see, I'm just speeding up and slowing down strategically to do stuff like that and land on the indestructible blocks. Be only careful though, because Alex will actually headbutt certain blocks. Okay, done. Dash through all this. Jump. Smash into this guy and get away. This guy's a little bit badly designed, this boss. He will only attack if you're up against him, so he's raising his sword, and then you try and walk away. This is where I'm going to use Magic Capsule A. Now, what you want to do is you want to use this, you want to turn towards face him, and punch. That'll happen. He'll shoot out 8 mini Alexes, which is exactly how many hit points he starts off with. The last one wasn't needed because I hit him once with the motorbike. And up there's that monkey who just occasionally throws these things at you, and he's a little bit irritating. Anyway, that level I actually find a lot harder to do without the motorbike than with the motorbike, so let's just get out of here. Now here's the only level in the game where you'll get to use the motorboat, which name eludes me. It's quite fun, though just like the Petticopter one, you don't want to get hit by anything or else it's no fun, you're underwater. So just watch out for the fish, watch out for the monster birds. Oh, I mucked up. Let's just get through this level as fast as possible then, because I do not like this. Now, here's the trick. Get past this bit as soon as you can so he does not fire. I'll even let you see what he looks like. It's not fun. All those bubbles can kill you. All those bubbles want to hurt you. This guy's also going to do it, but I'm going to get to the rice ball before he can. Okay, so we're out of there. Now we're on the plains, near the castle. A shop. What's in this shop, you may ask? Magic Capsule B, more teleport powder, which we still have, and a Petticopter. Well, the Petticopter goes without question. It's awesome. Magic Capsule B I'm going to buy, and I'm never going to use it. I'll tell you what it does, though. It generates a temporary magical shield around Alex. He can't punch while it's active, though, so that's a little bit useless. If I hadn't have killed that first scorpion, I could have done the trick on him here. I'm still going to do it on this one. Oh, no, I'm not. Because I'm terrible at this game, and I can't shoot. You can get this one just by doing that. See, this is a bad level not to have the Petticopter on. You can see how much it hurts. You can't kill these things, but they're quite easy to dodge. Just time it right. Oh, I'm stuck on the corner. Yeah, just watch out for the thunderclouds. There is actually one or two though which you can go above by spamming the jump button. I'll point those out when I go over them. You'll be able to tell because they look lower. Like this one. Spam jump, you can just go over him. Okay, keep going. This level is actually really, really bland. There's not a lot here. This is not a fun level to do on foot. So, I believe this one contains an extra life. No, it contained a power bracelet. Okay. Let's keep going, dodging all the flames. See, the game actually does take a very sharp increase in difficulty in the next level. The next level has got a couple of screens which are just plain cruel. Okay, so here, it's not immediately obvious, but there's actually a boss battle here, so just shatter the Petticopter, and now you're doing the third Janken fight. This one against Paperhead. Very imaginative names. He also looks a bit like a knight. So, same thing as always, you can see his moves, but the pattern you want to beat him with this time is rock, then scissors. See, even the final boss falls down to this non-randomised pattern. As I said, if you lose any of these mini-games to them, like one round of it, suddenly they're random. But as long as you don't mess up, this is easy. Scissors is the second one to defeat him. And I beat him. And there we are. And the next level is this castle. The first castle. Now castles are known for a lot of jumps. Start running right, start running right, start running right, jump! Okay? Yeah, the pink skull block will generate a thing. Here it says TAR or TA. I'm not sure what it's intended to say here. But by doing this awkward little jump, I'll be able to shatter this block above my head and not run the risk of falling on the flame. Oh my god. There we are. There we are. Got out there alive. Here's a frog. They're not really much of a threat, to be honest. Just punch him. Then do a couple of... You want to tap it as lightly as you can here to not headbutt those ones on the ceiling. Now, this is where you start getting diverting paths in these castles. You want to go right here to get this extra life. Now, of course, it's only worth going for this if you're fairly positive you can do it without dying. There we are. Now, what you actually want to do is not run the risk of falling on that lower bat or the spikes. Good. Kill the bat. Up here. Over the spikes. Done. Punch your way through here. I'm not going to bother out money that much for the rest of this game. Fall down here. Make sure you kill him. And yes, those are 2 pink skull blocks. Now, what you basically need here is good enough timing to shatter those two specific blocks on this right-hand pattern. Those 2. That one I just broke and the one directly above it. If you break those 2, then you can just fight your way through, like carve a little tunnel. You can also do the top one of those 2 and the one above it to slide at the end, but obviously it's much easier to do this. That contains a spectre. Do not open it, you'll probably not make it out in time. And here you'll find your brother. All you need to do to get him out of that little cage is punch all 3 of these blocks. Only the pink ones with a skull on it are the ones you need to worry about as far as spectres are concerned. You do need to do this. Thank you, Alex. The Moonlight Stone is in the Nibbana Kingdom, so you must reach there before Janken the Great does. An autographed letter addressed to the Nibbana Kingdom is hidden somewhere in this castle. After finding it, take it with you. So you need this to go and beat the game. Climb down immediately or else you're going to get hit by that bat. It's in a very cruel place. Unless you start climbing immediately, you will get hit by him. Okay, so let's just carve a route through. Basically, if you follow the route I'm doing at the moment, you'll be fine. Watch out for the scorpion. But then punch him on the nose and go this way. Now, just do a bunch of simple jumps and don't jump on the flames. This is where it starts getting cruel, because some of these ladders you can walk on the top of. Some of them you can't. See where it gets cruel? So now I'm going to be very careful. I want to go left or right to test if this is a solid one, which it is, but I don't want it to run the risk of it not being a solid top ladder and therefore falling on top of one of these flames. So you need to go up here to get the autographed letter, and you can get here earlier by falling down a hole I jumped over, but the letter won't actually be here, so you want to go the route I did. Now, remembering which ones are solid tops, there we are. Flames can get very irritating, so climb down here. Now, the route you want to go to get through this room is not the route I just fell down and I apparently can't get back out. There we are. So kill the scorpion and slide under here. I'm not going to actually go and get it, it's a waste of time. But let me check something. Yes, cool. Just check how many lives I had. Here's the other telepathy ball. And the way you get this is you jump over the entire thing to where the other flame is, you break your way through, you break this block and you learn how to slide. I'm also going to need to learn how to slide to get out of this room. And in, but heck. It's basically, if you can figure out how to slide in this game, you can get through there. So I'm assuming it is an intended feature. Start running, start jumping, and get your way out of here. Otherwise you'll get trapped between spikes and the skull block and have pretty much no option but to kill yourself to get out. So go up here. You just gotta, you know, maneuver your way past these flames. Keep going. Start climbing. Oh, an empty room. Why is this? Stonehead? But we killed you! And you're saying the exact same thing. Yeah, it's fighting Stonehead again. And what you want to throw in this fight is paper and then paper. Not the brightest idea, seeing his head's shaped like a stone, so he's going to throw stone and then stone. So I can take a nice nap here, hands completely off the controller, waiting. Darn it, I lose. Now, you might think, oh, I beaten him, that was easy. What's this? Well, it looks like that's the way it's meant to be. Okay, take this. Yeah, he's actually going to fight you now. He's going to do this with his head. Punch it. You'll hear this weird noise and then he'll get hit 3 times and he's dead. I think his body can still hurt you, but I'm not going to jump on it and test. But yeah, you actually have to kill them this time. This is the game's shortest actual level. There's a shop here which sells Weapon A, oh sorry, Magic Capsule A, Magic Capsule B, and an extra life. Let's grab A. We're not actually going to use it, you know, just because why not? And let's grab an extra life. Let's see what we got. We've got 11 lives, 1250 money. We have the Moonlight, sorry, the Sunstone, the Power Bracelet, the Telepathy Ball, the Autographed Letter, Teleport Powder, the Cane of Flight, and Magic Capsule A and B. So just jump over here. I'm not even going to bother with this money. Money's kind of useless for the rest of the game. And that is really, really short level. And now we're fighting Scissor's Head. And yes, you'll need to fight him properly after you beat him at Janken. Now, seeing as Stonehead threw stone and stone, what do you imagine Scissor's Head is going to throw? Scissors and scissors? You'd be correct. So just throw stone and stone, or rock and rock, or whatever you want to call it, to beat him. And this is even easier than the Stonehead fight, because I don't even need to put my hands on the controller at all to beat him. Apart from to go through this cutscene. Okay, this is actually the hardest one to refight, because you got to watch out. His body's going to be chucking what looks like ninja stars at you. See how hard it is to hit him. You got to dodge those ninja stars, and I killed him. I lost 2 lives, but I killed him. I don't even care. I'm so terrible at that fight. Okay, here's the only level in the game where you'll be going from right to left, and you also need the petty. Wow! Yeah, I've never actually died in this level before. That's embarrassing. Yeah, you need the pettycopter. So let's not muck this up horribly and just keep going. So yeah, just go from right to left. Don't touch the U's. Don't smash the rotor, which I very nearly just did to prove my point. Don't touch the plants either. They do actually hurt you. Don't touch the monster birds either, because they're also here to hurt you. Pretty much everything's here to hurt you. I want to know where Alex acquired the technology for this, though. I would like my own pettycopter. This awkward little chap is up here just to make you wait. There's the rice ball. Okay, now we suddenly jumped from over there all the way over to the second castle. Second castle is not an actual level. You just talk to the king and grab the rice ball, but if you have the autographed letter, then look to my left. You'll get that little tablet appearing there. Oh Alex, I'm terribly sorry, but I was just robbed of the Moonlight Stone. Oh, that's okay. The crown is in Lake Deep. You'd better take this stone slab with you. Yeah, I'll just lug this enormous stone slab around with me, which is my height, the size of Alex. Okay, so, make sure you grab that stone slab. Let's go. What's up with this level, you may ask? Well, there's another shop. And what's this shop sell, you may ask? A power bracelet? Already have one. The cane of flight? Already have one. The Sugoroku motorcycle? You can never have enough motorcycles. It's much easier to lose the Sugoroku motorcycle in this level, though. Hey, I got extra life. And that's where you're intended to lose it. It's probably possible to... It might even be possible to clear the entire thing with a good enough jumps, but I doubt it. Okay, so here's the fight against Paperhead. So Stonehead threw Stone, and Scissors Head threw Scissors. What do you think Paperhead is going to throw? If you say scissors and then paper, you'll be right. So you actually want to throw rock scissors to go and beat him. And yes, I am completely reading off of a list. I only remember the first 3 from How to Beat off by heart. So now you want to throw scissors to beat him. Alex looks a bit like a monkey. So those giant ears. Okay, this is actually the easiest one. There's 2 blind spots to hit him. Here and just behind his body. So just stand here and punch him when he goes past. He doesn't get stunned though, which is different to the other 2 fights. So you don't really want to stand in his way. Or the way of his head, I suppose. Here we are, in a magic third castle that suddenly appeared. So, let's go. Oh look! Money! Jump! You can't fool me, false floor. Jump. Yay, money! Yeah, there's a lot of false floors in here. Although most of them are kind of obvious, like this. Basically, this will collapse under you. You want to get past that flame. Okay, I'm going to be going for the quickest way of beating the level now. Not necessarily the way that's going to get me the most score or money. Though if you want to attempt that for yourself, feel more than free. Where do I actually go now? Now I'm lost. Is it down here? Yes? I want to say? I'm going to try? No. No, I don't recognise that in the slightest. Actually, it might be. It might be to the right, though. Let me go to the right and see first. Oh, yes, this is where I was going. So what you want to do here is you actually want to break these two blocks so you can make your way over to the ladder. There we are. Go down here. Okay, so you've got to make a little awkward jump over a couple of flames here. So just run, jump, and hope you don't get burned. This guy, you need to make a run, jump, and then sort of escape in an overly dramatic fashion, like so. Here! Run, 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 punch, punch, run. That's how you get through that room. Just remember, run, 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 punch. Kill that frog. Make that jump. I believe one of those contains something useful, but I know for a fact that at least one of them contains a spectre. And you're not going to escape out of there without breaking all those blocks first. Okay, this is just literally just awkward platform climbing, so... I could use the cane of flight to make this so much easier, but I'm saving the cane of flight for if I muck up something later. Seeing as there's one screen, one area in this castle, which is an underwater area filled entirely with a maze of spikes, which is, obviously with Alex's awful swimming controls, absolutely impossible. There's another hidden block around here somewhere, and there it is. It allows you to get these two. Once again, I believe one of them contains a spectre, though I could be wrong on this one. Keep going. Just jump over these things. This is clearly blue lava. Climb. Go left. A little bit more awkward platforming. Not going to bother with the money. Just be really careful not to fall in the flame. Seeing as that could end your... that could make your day bad. Okay, now I always got paranoid here because I can see the collapsible platform down there. And I'm like, is this a fake out? Will both these floors collapse? But no, you're fine. There's some money over there to the right above the blue lava if you want to go and get it. Walk carefully to the left so you don't trigger this false floor and fall on this flame. So a little bit more awkward parkour. Right, you want to punch this fish twice and then run. You have to react to that straight away or you're probably going to die. Here's some frogs. Only one of them's any problem actually hitting him. Let's try something new. I've never actually tried to punch him from there before and it works. Well, that makes that life I was probably going to lose not going to happen. Okay. That's how you do this one, okay? The fish block is there to get you out if you're going to die. This fish block, however, opens up this passage. Yeah, that fish block causes a ladder to spawn, piece by piece, and rescue you. This is where I'm going to use the cane of flight, because falling down there is pretty much the worst thing that could happen. So, to show you how the cane of flight works, we use up, down, left and right to just move Alex around. That floor collapsing, it's possible to jump over it, but I really do not want to take the risk. Alex will still now be flashing, by the way, even though he's not under the effect of the cane of flight. I forget which route I'm supposed to take, I think it's this one. I was correct! My god, I'm going to die! Now, I have an idea. This is where you use all the items, basically, in this level. I wonder what that fish does. Oh well. Let's use the power bracelet. There we are. Woo! Now, you want to hug the wall as tightly as you can when you jump over this flame, or else you'll die. What's down here? No, that's the one lying one with the frog. This is the correct, truthful one. Go, Alex. Time that just right and you won't die. Oh, look! Oh, no, wait, that's Janken. It's lucky that you have managed to come this far. However, I'll put an end to that. Let's janken for 3 matches, and if you lose, I'll make you turn into a stone. That's what happens when you lose best of 3, by the way. They'll turn you into a stone statue, which kills you. Now, once again, you're going to fight the final boss at janken. And the pattern you want to throw here is paper, and then paper again. You know, they could have at least given the final boss a random pattern, regardless of what would happen. There you are, you've beaten janken. He's the only one whose fist actually looks sort of normal sized in comparison to him. Also, he's flashing. Like, flashing blue. Ah, well. So we've won 1 match, and janken will also want to fight, but unlike his henchman, his head does not suddenly detach and go after you. He's also going to seal off the door. I always thought he had a giant mustache when I was little. Now, I'm going to stand back for a second to show you what happens. He's going to launch these shuriken things at you. And you might think, oh, how do I harm him? This is such an awful thing to deal with. There is a blind spot. Oh no, he turned me to stone. I died on purpose there, by the way, to go and show you what the turn to stone thing looks like. Run up to him. Here's the blind spot. Right in front of him. I mean, game developers, were you trying? No, I'm kidding. This is an awesome, awesome game, but there's just a couple of blind spots in the major bosses. Like, so what you do is Wadley shoots, punch him in the horn. That's the only part you can harm him in. You do it 3 times, and he inexplicably turns to stone for no good reason. Grab that, that's important. That's the Moonlight Stone. Then climb up this ladder. And you'll meet this woman who's also been turned to stone, but you can rescue her by being in the same room. Thank you, Alex. Your mother is well and in good hands. Please, save the Redaction people with your most powerful weapon, the crown. What is the crown, you may ask? There's 1 level after the final boss, and it's in this lake. So, just jump in. And this level also contains something which a lot of US audiences and European audiences saw as a puzzle. It's not. So, if you can get down here and you have both the Sunlight Stone, which you begin with, so if you don't have that, if you've somehow lost that, yeah, you're awful at this game. And the Moonlight Stone, which is what you need to get the... save his brother, get the autograph letter, swap it for the stone slab, get the Moonlight Stone, blah 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 blah. You can unlock this door. Now, all these pink blocks on the floor. Now, here's the thing. You have to push them in a very specific sequence. If you muck up, if you make every mistake you make will spawn a phantom, and you're not gonna manage to make it away from the phantom in this room, are you? Let's just face it. So, where's the correct pattern, you may ask? Well, if you look at the stone slab, you'll see this. But if I go and stand on fish, sun, sun, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna spawn 2 phantoms. No, I'm not. I'm gonna spawn 3 phantoms. No, I'm not. I'm not even sure how many I'd spawn. 1, 2, something like that. Fish is not the correct one. This is actually read top to bottom, right to left. So you would go sun, wave, moon, star, sun, moon, wave, fish, star, fish, and then the crown will appear. So the first 4 are sun, wave, moon, and star. So, sun. You get a little ding that means you collected money. Wave, moon, star. Check the stone slab. Sun, moon, wave. Fish, star, fish. Look in the top left on that little weird pedestal thing. There's the crown. So now the only thing between us and the edge of the game is 3 awkward little jumps over these spikes. They do kill you by touching them, so be careful. There we are. So all I do is touch this game and game over. You now get to watch quite a very, very, very slow credit sequence. The heroic action taken by Alex Kidd resulted in the downfall of Janken the Great, and a return of peace and tranquility to Redaction. In a dazzling coronation, Igel, his elder brother, or Igel, I don't know, became the king of Redaction. Why didn't Alex? The citizens who were turned into stone reverted back into human beings, though, through the power of the crown. Alex was overjoyed that he was able to use his martial arts skills for the good of the citizens. Some doubt still lingers in his mind as to whether or not all of the sinister enemy forces were actually destroyed. Added to this fear is the uneasiness he feels because of the fact that the whereabouts of his father, King Sander, is still unknown. There were a few grammatical errors in there. A couple of which were possibly my fault. But anyway, the end. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Alex Kidd in Miracle World, a very, very fun game for the SEGA Master System. If you have a chance to play it, do so. You will not regret it, although it is kind of difficult. There we go. Game over with a score of 67,800. I'm Spark249. Thanks for watching and have fun.